Welcome to the Deep Dive. We're here to plunge right into fascinating ideas, distilling knowledge from, well, often a whole stack of sources.
hmm
You know those authors who they effortlessly blend genres you wouldn't expect, pulling you into a world that's really hard to pin down.
Yeah, they defy easy labels.
Exactly. So today we're doing a deep dive into Ali Hazelwood's novel, Bride.
Ah, yes. Bride.
We're going to unpack this unique mix of paranormal romance, some really sharp wit, and honestly, a surprising amount of academic thinking behind it all.
Right, especially considering she's a #1 New York Times bestseller who also publishes peer-reviewed brain science articles. It's quite the combo.
It really is. So our mission here is to pull out the key insights from the story, understand the world building, the character dynamics, what makes it tick, essentially.
Get ready for some surprises, I think.
Yeah,
Maybe a few aha moments along the way.
definitely. It's a rich text.
It really is.
Yeah.
It's fun to see how someone with her kind of background navigates these really different writing worlds.
Absolutely. So maybe let's start with Ali Hazelwood herself. She's been called a contemporary romance's unicorn, which I love.
It fits, doesn't it?
It does. And when you read her books like The Love Hypothesis or Love on the Brain, you get why. They're described as deeply brainy and delightfully escapist.
Gloriously nerdy and sexy, I think I read somewhere. With sharp points about women in STEM, too.
Yes, that too. It's this incredible, almost contradictory mix.
And what's really fascinating, I think, is her actual background. She's got a PhD in neuroscience.
Right.
And she writes academic papers where, she jokes, no one makes out and the ever after's not always happy.
Uh-huh. Quite different from her novels, then.
Worlds apart. Plus, she's lived all over Italy, Germany, Japan, the U.S. And that academic rigor, that global view, it really informs her fiction, these STEMinist rom-coms.
It adds layers, doesn't it? Logic and nuance you might not expect.
Definitely. It makes them feel, well, more substantial than just typical genre fiction.
Which makes perfect sense when you get into Bride, because this isn't just some vague fantasy setting. It feels constructed. Humans coexisting, or maybe clashing is more accurate,
Clashing, yeah.
with two major paranormal groups, vampires and wares. And the story kicks off with this delicate ceasefire, centuries old, but feels like it could break any second.
Exactly. Always on an ice edge.
Yes.
And it's worth diving into these species because they're quite distinct.
Okay, let's do that. Vampires first.
Sure. The vampires, they're surprisingly modern in some ways. Their main base, the nest, it's got this huge underground structure, but topped with a mirror skyscraper. Very sleek.
A mirror skyscraper.
Yeah, it apparently seems to sort of come alive at sunset. And get this, windows are a massive status symbol.
Windows? Why?
Because sunlight, while they kind of covet it, is actually super toxic to them in large doses. So having lots of windows is risky, a display of power.
Huh. Interesting detail. What about, the feeding?
Mostly blood banks.
Yeah.
Drinking directly from people. Considered pretty uncivilized.
Okay, so less gothic horror, more controlled logistics.
Pretty much. They also have this ability called thrall. It's a kind of intense mind control using their eyes. But Misery, our main character, sees it as, well, unethical, violent even.
In their society.
Very hierarchical. Leadership is strictly hereditary. And they're not very communal, not like humans or wares. Gatherings are usually for war councils or, business strategy. Not exactly social butterflies.
Got it. And physically. Fangs.
Yep, fangs. Though they can be filed down, they don't dream. Oh, and feeding apparently makes them physically hot, like temperature-wise.
So no sparkling blood banks, hereditary leaders. Quite a specific take. How do they compare to the wares?
The wares. Almost the total opposite in feel. They're a wolf-related species. Clear alpha leader structure.
Right.
They shift into wolf form, obviously. But being able to shift at will, not just on the full moon, that's a big sign of power and control.
Makes sense.
And crucially, their sense of smell. It's not just sharp. It lets them literally smell lies and emotions, too.
Smell lies. Wow. So deception is difficult.
Almost impossible within the pack. And this leads to the idea of mating bonds. This is central to their society, described as the core of every pack.
More than just romance, then.
Oh, much more. It's presented as this rare, really intense, multisensory biological event, changes brain chemistry, the whole deal, foundational to their structure.
Okay, so vampires with their hierarchy and control, wares with their pack bonds and senses. Where do humans fit?
Humans are often vulnerable, especially through something called the collateral program. Basically, a child held hostage to keep the peace.
A child hostage. Grim.
It paints a pretty stark picture, doesn't it? Fragile piece. Serious power imbalances.
It really does. And this setup leads us straight to our protagonists, who are fascinating. First, Misery. She's a vampire, but her upbringing is totally unique.
Extremely unusual, yeah. Sent away at 8. Lives with humans for 10 years as the vampire collateral.
Right, the hostage we just mentioned.
Exactly. So imagine, that experience made her withdrawn, obviously.
Yeah.
But also incredibly sharp. Intelligent. She's good with tech pen testing, hacking.
Skills she needed to survive, right? Didn't she face assassination attempts?
Multiple attempts, yeah.
Okay.
So she learned to be resourceful, self-reliant.
And then you have Lowe Moreland, the Werewolf Alpha. What's his deal?
He's presented as quite formidable, but also calm, pragmatic, very much the leader.
Okay.
Surprisingly, his background is in architecture. He even designed his mother's house, this cool biomorphic place.
An architect alpha. Didn't expect that.
It's a neat detail. And physically, he's got severe insomnia, restless mind maybe, and the incredible wearer sense of smell, of course. Oh, and a really key point.
Yeah.
He has an adopted daughter, Anna, who's human.
Okay. So, a vampire raised almost human, skilled in deception, and a pragmatic werewolf alpha deeply connected to his pack who can smell lies and has a human daughter.
Quite the pair.
So how on earth do their paths cross, given everything we've just discussed about their worlds?
It happens through an arranged marriage.
Oh, the classic trope.
Sort of. But with a twist. It's a strategic alliance, brokered to shore up that fragile peace treaty we talked about.
So Misery has to marry Lowe, this total stranger.
Yep. Under very strange circumstances. But here's the crucial insight, the thing that really drives Misery. It's not about diplomacy for her. Not really.
No. What is it then?
It's personal. Her main goal, her reason for agreeing, is to find her best friend, Serena.
Serena.
A human orphan she grew up with. Considers her a sister, her sister of heart.
Yeah.
Serena vanished. And Misery thinks Lowe is involved somehow.
Ah, okay. So the arranged marriage is actually cover for an investigation.
Exactly. It immediately turns the trope on its head. She's not just trying to survive the marriage. She's on a mission from day one. High stakes.
Right. So she's smuggling in tech, hacking servers, trying to find Serena while playing the part of the new bride.
Pretty much. A real cloak and dagger quest, as the book puts it.
Yeah.
And it's this quest that leads her to stumble upon Anna's secret.
Anna, Lowe's adopted daughter. What's the secret?
It's a huge reveal. Anna isn't just human. She's a human-were hybrid.
Whoa. A hybrid.
Described as one of a kind, because she presents as fully human. Critically, she doesn't shift into a wolf.
Which would make her incredibly vulnerable in their world, right?
Exactly. Uniquely vulnerable. Lowe has been desperately hiding her true nature because he knows the danger she'd be in if it got out.
So, Serena's disappearance, Anna's hidden identity. How do these connect? And who would want this information out there?
That's the million-dollar question, isn't it? It sets up this whole web of intrigue. Anna's existence isn't just a family secret. It's a political time bomb in this already tense society.
And this mystery, this danger, it actually fuels the connection between Misery and Lowe, despite starting out suspicious of each other.
Yeah, that's what's so clever about the writing. They start with total suspicion. Misery's convinced Lowe finds her repulsive, thinks she smells foul.
Because of the species difference.
Partly, yeah. But the forced proximity, living together, navigating this mess, it forces them to interact. And slowly, reluctantly, something starts to build between them. An unexpected bond.
Can you give us some examples, those moments where things shift?
Well, there's subtle things, like Lowe's assigning a guard to Misery. At first, you think it's just monitoring, but it becomes clear it's genuinely for her safety. He becomes protective.
Okay.
And then there's a really major scene where Misery gets poisoned.
Poison by who?
It's unclear at first, but it's with peanut butter, something Anna also ate, which is a crucial link, suggesting the real target might have been Anna.
Ah, tying back to her secret identity.
Exactly. And Lowe's reaction to Misery being poisoned, it's intense. He guards her room in his wolf form. He helps her bathe when she's weak. He even scratches her head to soothe her pain. These are incredibly intimate, tender moments for two people who started out as virtual enemies.
That sounds like a big turning point.
It is. There's also the scenting ritual. Traditionally, it's how the alpha marks a new member as part of the pack. For them, it becomes this surprisingly vulnerable, affirming act.
So the shared danger, the forced intimacy, it pushes them together.
It does. Their shared goals, find out what happened to Serena, protect it. Anna, force them to build trust, to collaborate. And despite Misery initially thinking they're sexually not compatible because, vampire and were.
Right. A really powerful physical and emotional intimacy starts to develop. It's rooted in care, respect, this deep connection that kind of transcends those initial assumptions about compatibility.
It's those moments of unexpected softness within all the tension that really makes their dynamic compelling.
Definitely.
But just when you think you're starting to understand the players, the alliances,
Mm-hmm.
the real villain steps out of the shadows. And it's Misery's own father, Councilman Lark.
Yeah, that's a massive twist. And what's chilling is just how calculating he is, the scale of his manipulation.
What did he do exactly?
He orchestrated everything. Serena's kidnapping, that was him. Misery's arranged marriage to Lowe, also him. He used both of them, his own daughter included, as pawns.
Pawns for what?
For what he called the good of the most. His twisted idea of ensuring vampire survival no matter the cost.
He even used thrall on Mick Lowe's second-in-command, someone Lowe trusted implicitly to get inside information. He held Mick's son hostage to ensure compliance.
Ruthless.
Completely. And the peanut butter poisoning. That was him, too, likely aimed at Anna. But Misery got caught in the crossfire. He didn't care.
Did he manipulate his own son, Owen, too? Misery's brother.
Oh, yeah. He made Owen think he was loyal to him, playing this complex psychological game. But in the end, Owen actually helps Lowe capture their father. It just shows how father was willing to sacrifice absolutely anyone.
It really paints a picture of brutal interspecies politics. Loyalty means nothing. Personal sacrifice is expected.
Exactly. It makes you question every single relationship, every alliance in the story up to that point.
And this leads us to the climax, right? Where all these secrets finally come out.
Yes. And there's some big revelations about identity. First, Serena. She's alive.
Okay, good.
But she's been held captive by Misery's father the whole time. And here's the real kicker. Serena is also a human-aware hybrid.
What? Like Anna.
Just like Anna. And she can shift. Her disappearance wasn't random. It was part of father's plan to exploit her unique genetics.
Unbelievable. So what happens to the father?
He's defeated. Captured. Which creates this power vacuum in the vampire leadership. Owen seems ready to step up with Lowe's support. Or maybe even Misery could take charge.
Interesting possibilities. And Misery and Lowe after all this.
Their relationship deepens. It's complicated, sure, the species difference, Lowe's history with a previous mate, but the story really emphasizes their unique bond. Lowe finds genuine happiness, inspiration with Misery. It suggests love can find a way, even across these ancient divides.
So this whole deep dive, it really brings up fascinating points about identity, wouldn't you say? And belonging.
Absolutely, especially for Misery. She starts out feeling like she belongs nowhere to Vampire for the humans. Too human raised for the vampires.
Right.
But slowly, unexpectedly, she finds this sense of home, of purpose, with Lowe and Anna.
Which highlights some really powerful themes.
Definitely. Like chosen family. Hazelwood takes this common trope and gives it real teeth. You know, in this world, choosing your family isn't just comforting, it's about survival. Misery's strongest bonds, the ones that save her, are with Serena, Lowe, Anna, not her biological vampire family. That fundamentally shifts where power and belonging come from.
That's a great point. It's not just a feeling, it's structural.
Exactly. And then there's redefining home. Misery's first apartment feels sterile, empty. A museum, she calls it. But Lowe's territory, the Waylands, starts to feel like home. A place she's accepted, valued as a vampire. It shows home isn't just location, it's acceptance.
Finding where you fit, even if it's unexpected.
Precisely. Which leads to the last theme, embracing difference. Both Misery and Lowe are kind of outsiders in their own ways, navigating worlds that don't fully get them or even hate them. But they find strength in their differences and in their shared journey. It suggests that embracing your unique mix, even the messy parts, is where real connection and power lie.
So when you boil it all down, this story seems to be asking us something quite profound.
I think so. In a world that's driven by these ancient conflicts, by manipulation, by what society expects, how do we define family? What does it really mean to find your place?
A place where you don't just fit in, but where you're actually wanted, protected for exactly who you are, fangs and all.
Fangs and all. That feels like the heart of it.